first thing that made me realise was the great hot flushes that you get. I was sitting in business meetings and taking my jacket off sort of about 10 times during one meeting, and it's like, what's going on here? Am I ill?
Changes with my cycle were the first things, getting very, very close together, much heavier, and then started spreading out a bit.
My journey into the menopause was quite sudden. I was diagnosed with ovarian cysts at the age of 30, and I was told that I needed to have a hysterectomy.
So my memory, that is just terrible, to the point where there are days where I think I'm going mad. You know, you really think I'm actually starting to get dementia here.
It's like baby brain when you're pregnant and your brain goes to mush. I'd be in the middle of a sentence, you're standing out in a sort of project meeting, and then the word just wouldn't come. And I was like, oh my God, what's up with me?
For me, I remember very vividly the sleepless nights and the heat and the hot flushes. I remember sometimes extreme anger and rage.
Another thing I've really noticed is just that need for peace, which I've never really had too much before, and I always used to like background noise and things like that, and now I can't cope with it. My head can't cope, there's too much noise.
To me, it was going into a meeting with a client and I'd suddenly start sweating and everybody else is like, it's not hot in here, and I'd start opening windows, and you can visibly see it.
Fortunately, because I worked from home, a lot of what I was feeling was hidden and people didn't know, and I just went out and got on with my job. I didn't like going into the office because I felt very vulnerable.
I had some massive bleeding, like really massive, and I ended up having to have a blood transfusion, which was pretty scary. And obviously that affected me a lot of work because I was having to constantly be going into the toilet, trying to get through lessons and things, and then got so anemic that I was struggling to get through the day.
To be quite frank with you, if a woman has a really heavy period and is incapable of coming to work because of it, she should be able to phone her colleagues and say, wrong week of the month, I'm stuck.
I don't know, maybe just having a bit more of an open door publicity. You can just come in and chat anytime you want, grab a coffee or whatever, and not feel like you've got to arrange a meeting to go in and say your piece sort of thing. Maybe if it was just a bit more of a relaxed environment.
I think more and more companies have to consider people's health, and so it's the young, and maybe this is just another one that they need to consider. Sort of women of this generation also need to be not treated special, but given a break if something's like they need time off or they need to walk out of a meeting, or give it to them and be understanding.